Hello there everyone, Ash and Flash here, and welcome on in to my top 10 video. Today, we're talking about 10 set ideas I'd like to see LEGO do for Pirates of the Caribbean. After all these years, LEGO Pirates is finally back with the new set, Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, or what it's more well known as, the Black Pearl. And just like we did for Lord of the Rings, The Simpsons, I'm sharing with you guys 10 ideas for sets that I'd like to see them do. I have a really strong feeling that we're going to continue to get more of this specifically, and I need to talk about this up here at the front. The actual set that just came out today, it's so weird. The naming of it, I know they're maybe avoiding calling it the Black Pearl. Fortnite's doing the same thing, but that naming convention opens the door for so much down the line that I'm going to talk about here for future ships that I think would work really well. But also specifically the design of the box, it being vertical, is so weird to me. I don't understand why they chose that. I think it looks really interesting on the box. It's also got this specific stand and the bottom hull that is included. So it almost feels like it's the start of an ongoing collection series. So I really hope that this does well so we can continue to get more stuff. I have a feeling at minimum we will get one more ship, which is obviously spot number 1 on the list. But to go through this, to take advantage of this, spot number 10, the Silent Mary, or Captain Salazar's pirate ship, I think would be really cool. I think that it's obviously the least beloved film, the 5th one, but I think the LEGO community as a whole is very nostalgic for that set because whatever you think of that movie, I think objectively, it's a really cool set. The way that it functions and can actually go up and come crashing back down on top of pirate ships and stuff like that. I think the minifigure selection was also really great there too. The zombie sharks. There was a lot going on there that was really exciting at the time. I'm not sure how you would remake it to be a part of this ship collection. Like, how would you attach a stand underneath? I think that would be a really cool challenge for LEGO to do. I would love a remake of this, but not as much as other ships and different things that you're going to see here on the list. Spot number 9, a ship in the bottle, Black Pearl. Now, this is something I don't know if they would do right away because I feel like this could be down the line once we show our support for the theme. But this is an idea from my friend Michael Bricks Forever, and I absolutely love it because it would be a micro-scale, detailed version of the ship inside of the ship in the bottle. People loved that ship in the bottle concept way back when. From ideas, they even sort of renewed it and redid it with a new set number, and it kept it alive for even longer. So that set is so beloved. I think it would be great to get as a set on its own. Even on the stand, you get some cool things, some cool figures and variants maybe for Jack Sparrow and Barbossa. Spot number 8, Soa Feng's pirate ship. Now this is where things get really interesting, that you could take advantage of this name because you could have it be based, the design of it, off the Empress. I think is a beautiful looking ship. I love it a lot. I think the name of it is so cool, just the Empress as a set. But if you combine it with some of the design maybe, but even some of the characters and scenes from the Hai Peng, that's the ship that he lends them to go rescue Jack at the start of the film. I think that's a great way to take advantage of. It's technically, both of the ships are his, so that's perfect. And yes, I know, I see the differences in their designs, their colors. I think the Empress with the red is much nicer, but my point with this is it opens the door for you to borrow figures and characters from the different scenes and moments. Think of this like Avengers Tower or the Death Star, where you've got these scenes that don't take place at that location, but they're in the set because they're iconic. But also, technically speaking, I think everybody maybe could have stepped on board his ship when they all betray each other back and forth. You get some really great characters and outfits here. So obviously Soa Feng, you have to get him since it's his ship. But I'm thinking Elizabeth, I like that outfit more from the start of the film, from Singapore, where she goes and rescues Jack. I think that's so cool. It's in all the posters and everything for the film. But also that Will Turner, he's a fine man too. Oh my goodness, I love that red outfit. I think that's probably my favorite look for him. Also, this is how you get Tiadama. Some of his crew, I think, would be really cool and iconic as well. But moving on to spot number 7, Shipwreck's Cove. This, to me, is like, again, years and years down the road, but doing something like the Baratier, where it is this sort of shrunken version on the outside with a little bit of like minifigure scale, like that spot where they're fighting out front, but the doors and windows, they're all very small, but it's just this weird combination of scaling. This is how you would do this. You would stack up all these different pirate ships, but then on the other side, it would be this really detailed interior where you could have the meeting rooms and everything. Come up with your own fun ideas and stuff for different rooms. But getting the different pirate lords, I think would be so cool. I think you'd need to get all of them. I think if you missed out on any, it would be really disappointing. Maybe this is just me as a fan of the Lego video game that they did. I loved playing as those characters, as small of a roles as they had. I think it was still a lot of fun. Even getting Jack's dad, I think, would be really cool as well. I think Lego would just have so much fun creating this set. Spot number 6, again taking advantage of the name, Commodore Norrington's Imperial Navy ship. You could combine scenes and moments from both ships. You could have it be the Interceptor. You could have it be the Dauntless. I don't know. I think even maybe you could extend it a little further and have Beckett here too. Maybe that's pushing it. Maybe you want his ship, the Endeavor, but I think that calling it that would work well. Obviously, the designs are different between the two ships, but again, scene-wise, character-wise, getting Norrington, a non-disheveled version of him, getting Governor Swan. This is maybe where you get Pintel and Rigetti distracting them on the boat. Maybe they're in the dress outfits as an exclusive thing and then they come in another set. I don't know, but there's so many characters here. You could get some of the crew here attacking them on the ship. Elizabeth in her red dress here as well, but I'll talk more about that as we continue through. Spot number 5, a Kraken diorama. Yes, I know it's another Black Pearl set, but I just think it's so iconic. How could you not do more stuff from it? I think that having a little sliver of the Black Pearl and then having the tentacles come up and cover where like the ends of the ship would continue off the actual display, but having Jack jump in to the mouth of the Kraken would make for an incredible display piece. And you'd only need one figure. I think it would be really funny if he was all covered in slime and different things. Like imagine a cool variant like Venkman or something. Spot number 4, an Isla de Muerte build. Now, I've had this idea of going back and forth between a pirate ship and a location each year. So you just need to work your way backwards now from spot 1 to 4. But I think this would be really cool to get. I loved that playset that we got back in the day. It was perfect for what it was. But imagine an upscaled large version of this. Something akin to like a Rivendell scale detailing would be amazing to get. I think some of the figures in here as well. Obviously, Jack completely cursed would be cool. Same with Barbossa fighting. Maybe there is a transforming feature like they had back in the day, but Elizabeth and Will fighting off against Barbossa's crew. Maybe this is the nostalgia again for the games, but getting all of his crew in here too, like Jacoby, Kohler, Bosun, Grapple, all of these guys, I know they're not necessarily all in that fight, but they are obviously in the cave at some point, so it would be really cool. Spot number 3, the Queen Anne's Revenge or Blackbeard's pirate ship. See, so that would sell really well because obviously everyone knows Blackbeard, the pirate all pirates fear. I think would be really cool to get as a set. I think people, again, are very nostalgic for that original set. And on Stranger Tides, I didn't realize how well it actually did financially. I think I was rewatching them all recently. I had a lot of fun with it. More fun than I expected. So I kind of would really love to get that. Do you name it the Queen Anne's Revenge so that you could also have Barbossa take over? I don't really know. But I think that it would be really great. I would just love to see Lego's interpretation of all those characters today. Like seeing them do Blackbeard, Angelica. I think you obviously have to include his entire zombified crew. Serena and Philip, I think would be really cool as well. Scrum would be great so that you can have him be a part of Jack's crew. I don't know, I just think also visually it's a very beautiful design of a pirate ship. It would be great to see Lego try and do this again in a modern version. Spot number 2, Port Royal. Again, I'm picturing Rivendell, where you have this incredible, gorgeous model. You have, and I close my eyes and I can clearly picture this set. Like, unironically, I can see the fortress off to the left. I see a little bit of the village, where you've got, obviously, the docks in the front. For Jack to have his iconic entrance into the whole film, onto Port Royal's dock. And then you've got, in that village, you've got the blacksmith shop where you can have some of the scenes where Jack and Will are fighting. You move on over into the fortress now. I think on the inside, you've got 2 cells. You have a play feature to have a chunk of it actually break open when the Pearl's shooting, so that part of the cell is showing for Jack that he can't escape like the other ones. Again, I'm going way too in depth here, but I'm thinking as well a play feature to have this actual door for the cell pop off because of Will with the proper leverage. You then go up above and you've got all of those scenes that you can recreate. I don't think you necessarily have a noose or something, but whether it's Norrington's promotion, the wedding, maybe there's a play feature to have Elizabeth fall off. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking all the characters that you can get in this set too. Yes, we've talked about a lot of them before with Norrington and Governor Swan, but Murtaugh and Mulroy are obviously fan favorite characters. Also, just looking at the new set, Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, the figures in here, like that Jack variant, is him jumping into the water. That Elizabeth is that dress. That Will would still work. So it's interesting that a lot of these figures from the superheroes term could bleed into this Port Royal set. And in spot number 1, it is absolutely no surprise. It is the Flying Dutchman, or Davy Jones' pirate ship. I think this is a no-brainer. It has to be the next set. This is just long overdue. I look at the design of this, and we've been waiting to get this. It's been on ideas. I don't even need to even sell this to you because it is already such a perfect Lego set. And honestly, I had this idea for a gift with purchase for this, where you have it be like Davy Jones' lock. I think would be a perfect little thing like the compass. In terms of the characters, obviously Davy Jones. I think that Bootstrap Bill Turner is another one. And then you just go through everybody. You go through his first mate, Macus, Hadris, I think would be really cool as well. And then you just keep going through the crew. I'm just imagining the interior as well, with like a little removable diorama of Davy Jones' organ, which really could be its own set too, but I would love to get this. Anyways, everyone, what do you think of my ideas? I'd love to hear what ideas you guys have for sets. I honestly, as I was making this, I have even more ideas for stuff. Upscaled Captain Jack Sparrow minifigure. I don't know, there's so much for this theme that I think people would go nuts for. And again, this is sort of almost a roadmap for what Lego could do over the next few years, as hopefully they continue to do more and more pirate stuff. But what do you think of this list? Be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notifications so that you don't miss out on future Lego Pirates of the Caribbean set news, hopefully, and reviews. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you will have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.